Football management can often be seen as one of the most precarious jobs in the business. With managerial appointments coming and going every season, you've got to question who would take on one of these jobs. But for Shaun Maloney, he's no stranger to the football world and he's making his mark in management. Shaun Maloney started his career in his homeland of Scotland before moving to Aston Villa, across to Chicago and then back to Wigan. He made over 40 appearances for the Scottish national team before taking the step into management. He first started as an assistant coach at Belgium, working with Thierry Henry and Roberto Martinez as they rose to be the world-ranked #1 team, before taking a trip of his own back up to Scotland to manage Hibernian, his first managerial gig. As is the nature of this cutthroat industry, Maloney only lasted 1 year at Hibernian before being enticed back to the Latics.
I love coaching and I love competing. It's those two things. I love my favourite day is match day. I want to compete. I want to win a game. And then on the other side of that, I love coaching players. I love seeing players improve. And it's those two sort of passions that sort of merge into being a manager. Some things I think where you see certain things that you really like, some things that you maybe see differently. In terms of maybe the environment, training environments that are maybe less positive and you feel that sort of sticks with you. Belgium was really interesting time, dealing with different nationalities, personalities at the very highest level of the playing, dealing with players at that level. And probably the biggest thing I learned was I did a course in Holland, coaching course and coaching masters, and that was the biggest difference. It completely changed my coaching philosophy, how I saw coaching, how I saw myself as a coach. That was the biggest sort of turning point. I try and stay pretty neutral. I think there's certain things that I can help with or have an understanding maybe, rather than, I don't really want to impart my experience on players. But yeah, maybe just an experience of maybe the pressures that some of the players find on and off the pitch I can relate to. I hope they feel that there's a connection between me and the players, and each player and each staff member. I would say I'm quite demanding each day, and just that word compete again. I want to every day's training, every drill, every match, I try and make competitive, and that would maybe how I describe, or I hope how they would describe me. Look, I was at this club when it was at a very high level. I really believe if we get every department right, that we can really give ourselves a chance of getting back to that level. I think that's what spurs me on. I really feel that if we get that right, then we will give ourselves the right chance of getting back to a very high level. I had a really difficult experience in my first job. So I was at Hibernian, a brilliant club in Scotland, amazing support, brilliant city, and I had the experience of things very, very difficult off the pitch. And I think that's, however hard I found that, and I did find it very hard, particularly what I had to work with off the pitch. It was the best experience I could have asked for. I think in terms of worrying about the longevity of the role, I don't. I think I almost treat every day like I give the energy and a real energy and desire to succeed almost every day to the absolute maximum, like it's my last. So we're going through a really difficult time at the moment with the club. It's my job to make sure that the next guy that stands here speaking to you in my position picks up a club that is in a really healthy and in a really good place. And if I do that, then I'll be a proud man.